Now that we have a general understanding of what it is we're trying to communicate to our athletes and why we want to share this information, it's important that we have a strategy to actually give this information to our athletes. And the way that we can use that is by using an example of vertical logic where we are going to list in sequence different parameters or variables that we wish our athletes to follow. And a good order to follow would be to start with the action. What is it that we want our athletes to do? Then the environment. Are they on the ground? Are they in the water? Are they standing in sand? What is it that they're actually involved in terms of their overall surrounding? This can also be the addition of a weight. We're changing the body's environment. Then we must consider the beginning position. Where do we want our athletes to start? We could have them start in a lunge position and return to a neutral position, or start in our neutral position, lunge out, and return. This is something that we share with that beginning position. The next is the driver. Again, what is it that we're using to move the body? This could be a hand, this could be a foot. There are many options that we can use here. Then we have to determine, where is that driver going? What angle is it going to? How high am I reaching? And how far am I reaching to? Angles, we're going to use the face of the clock, 1, 2, 3, 4, to drive the body through angulation. When we look at distance, we want to consider an initial range, a mid-range, and then the end range that we want our athletes to move through. Next, we have our height. And in terms of the way we can address height, let's use body levels. So we could say at ankle level, at knee level, at hip height or level, at shoulder, or at overhead. Then we want to have an end position. Where am I going to in all of this? Am I going to return back to my start position, or am I going to stay at that end range? The next we need to discuss is load. How much resistance we're using on the body. Rate is the next variable that we need to consider. And that is, how fast am I moving? Am I going slow? Do I want to speed that up to take advantage of the body's ability to decelerate and change directions? And the last is duration. This is where we get into the length of time or the number of repetitions that we want our athletes to complete. Once we have all of these strategies and these ideas and concepts wrapped up into one nice tight little ball for our athletes, we're going to be able to empower them to move in all three planes of motion, to be able to control that movement, and also to be strong and powerful within those movements.